In this video, I'm going to change out my mailbox pole because it's bent and it also is not regulation for the US Postal Service. But what I'm really proud of is taking the adapter, the end of the old pole, and figuring out how to make it fit a smaller new pole so that I could use the old adapter with a new pole and make it all work. You'll see in a little bit. Hello again, it's Nevin, and I'm back in Wisconsin with another project that I have to try to engineer. This time, it's my mailbox post. I created a new mailbox a couple years ago that I thought was really cool, but the post was hollow on the inside and it wasn't steel. And so when snowplows would put snow up against it, it would bend the pole. So I've had to replace it. So I've taken it apart already. This was part of the post. I actually put this in reinforcement last year, and I'm going to have to dig this out, and there's some concrete down here. But I have to figure out, how do I get a new post? So this was the original post and the bracket with which would connect into the mailbox, the underneath of the mailbox. Actually, it would connect underneath here. So I really like this bracket and would love to use this again. The problem is that I can't find a pole this size. The nearest pole that I have has a lot of play in it. So what can I do to be able to use this pole and use this bracket? This is my mailbox. I'm also going to paint it while I have it off before I put it back up again. So this is the end piece here that goes underneath the bracket, and there are screw holes here, so it automatically would fit underneath here and be able to screw in. So I need to get this like this and have it firm. So how can I make this be firm on this and not wiggle around? I had an idea. I have a whole bunch of roof flashing, and so I cut it up into about a 3-foot piece and made it really narrow, and I put the end down and I taped it, and then I rolled about 3 feet, and then I tried to put this on and it wouldn't fit. So I unrolled one and I cut it. So this is one revolution, and I cut it, and then I tried to put this on again and it didn't work. So I unraveled it again and cut it and tried to put this on, and it fit. Okay, so now I have a snug fit of my adapter to my bracket on my pole. But now how do I keep this from popping out? So I had another idea. Why not take a bolt and cut it off just at the right length so that the bolt sits right here and prevents this from coming out. So you can see I've already drilled my hole and the bolt is already in there. I use the vise next door in the garage to hold the bolt, and now this thing is snug as a rug. It won't come out. And now I can go ahead, so this is locked into place. Now I can put my mount on, and all I have to do is then paint this pole and dig a hole and put it in. And of course, I need to make sure I measure the right height, because that was the problem in the first place. My mailbox was slightly low, and when they got a new mail vehicle, they could no longer reach it very easily. So all of a sudden I became out of compliance. So that's what I'm trying to fix. And that bad pole, get a better pole. So now I'm painting the pole. I'll do several coats since it has not been painted before. I really don't want the paint to peel. I'll go to the other side, and then I'll let that dry before I flip it. And maybe before I flip it, I'll do a second and third coat on this side. I can do it faster that way. So that hopefully this will not Hopefully the paint will not chip out on the pole, at least for some time, and it'll be nice and black. While I have the post office box off the pole, I might as well touch it up. So I'm touching up the blue, and now I'm going to touch up the white. So using this, I'm trying to dig around the concrete base so I can pull it all up. Well, I finally got it out. Had to dig down pretty deep. So here we go. Here we go. So this is where the old post had been, and I've dug a new hole. Why is that? Well, it's supposed to be 6 to 8 inches from the road, and this was further back over here. And if you look down the line of the mailboxes, they're more in line with the hole that I've dug now. So I need to just wait and see how long the new pole's gonna dry, and then I can put it in and get a little level to make sure it's straight up, measure it so I'm at the right height, and go from there. So I'm almost done now. I've got the pole painted. I put the attachment on to my jerry rig little thing, and I screwed it in, and then I put it in, and I started putting some dirt in, and then I used this little level, and you can see it's dead on level. And then I put a little cement in, about this much, and then put the rest of the dirt in. And now I have one last thing to do to the actual mailbox before I can put it on. So the last thing before taking it and putting it on the post is I had gotten some paint on the lettering. So I bought some new lettering, which is here, and I will put it on, and then it's ready to go outside. And here it is, the finished mailbox. Proper distance from the road, proper height.